Ring ring! Ring ring! Who could that be at this time of night? Yes? Edgeworth speaking. Edgy! Get up! It's an emergency! Huh? Larry? Do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Laurice. Laurice Donham. This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... What? Wait! Don't hang up, it's an emergency. It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking. His life is in danger. What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with bad luck. He might already be dead. Anyway, you gotta come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help. All right. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expected anything to change. Hey, Liv! Welcome! You're late, Edgy. What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya, and Iris Bikini. Huh? Say something, Edgy. Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Donham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yeah, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris. And here I was, convinced he was the one that police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave me when I was leaving his room. His attorney's badge. Reading people's hearts, what utter nonsense. Misty Faye, okay. Okay. Head nut? Clap, clap. That's a very good emote combination there. Saw Sasha Velour, I love her. I haven't... I've heard that name. I feel like I might have, like... seen her at, like, a variety show or something. That name sounds really familiar. Okay. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is. Could he? I'm begging you. Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Oh, that's... okay. I've been meaning to watch that show. I've heard really good things. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lorry said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron, how could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise, he is unharmed. Where's your gumshoe dancing eyebrow? Soon! I think he'll... actually, I'm not gonna promise you anything. He's probably in this chapter.
Thank goodness.
But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman. I feel like I've met her before.
Is that an attorney's badge?
Yes, this belongs to Wright.
Really?
I'm actually a prosecutor.
Oh, and why do you have a defense attorney's badge pinned to your lapel?
Well, you see, I, borrowed it. Okay. Larry's an idiot. A little bit. He's a lovable idiot. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple? What's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at that temple, then?
I've committed some sins I need to pay for. That's why I'm here, and that's why I continue to train, to purify my soul.
I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room at about 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then? I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room, and this stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
So I just stayed in my room and meditated, until the murder happened.
There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. Hey, Metal! Welcome! Ace Attorney stream. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder?
Yes.
However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? Hey, Sync! Very good. Oh. What in the world?
Is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. Ghosties. Ooh. This must be what Wright was talking about, the psycho locks. I mean, yeah, sure, that's not exactly how you... No. I believe he said that I need to present this Mega Tama item to do something. Okay. So, do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Ooh, tremendous spiritual power. Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
And I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Donim?
No. I'm not the one who took her life.
Those psycholock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. Fucking Joker quote, Jesus Christ. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
But before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He is a very dear and indispensable friend.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise.
Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. It's definitely, I can tell you it's not Jared Leto. Okay. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Oh, should you? Okay. Is this giving you information? Oh, okay.
That's called a demon warding hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night.
He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today.
It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits.
If it's so important, then why did you give it to him?
Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip.
Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for Thank God for inner monologue.
I was against the idea of our temple appearing in that magazine. I was afraid that this type of a tragedy might occur.
In that case, why did you allow them to run an article about you?
It was Sister Bikini. She's actually rather fond of attention. Surprisingly so.
She certainly does look rather happy in this photo.
That's Mystic Elise Donan. She's a picture book author, or so I've heard.
Does she come to Hazakura Temple often?
No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor.
Is that so?
Yes, Sister Bikini told me be certain not to offend her.
The victim, Miss Elise Donim. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems. Who is the woman on this hanging scroll?
Well, I don't know the details, but I've heard she's the master of the Karain channeling technique.
Master?
Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium. That's what I've heard. I also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago.
Spirit mediums? There's no such thing anyway. Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth?
I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. Oh, this is just a lead-in for when... Okay. But there was a time, 17 years ago, when I met the Master myself. Okay, so, yeah, if anyone doesn't know... If you haven't been following the story from the beginning... 17 years ago... Edgeworth had a bad experience with Misty Faye, master of the Karain channeling technique, because it ended up with his dad getting killed. So, she convicted the wrong person. It was his dad? Yeah. So that's, everything is related. Everything that we've seen up until this point culminates in this case. So it's pretty nuts. Okay. We're gonna move over to the suspension bridge. It sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow! It's you, Mr. Edgeworth! Oh. Oh, hey! Okay, perfect. Hey! It's Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe. A long time no see. It's been about a year, or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch.
Eyebrows.
And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Oh, everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of this crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? Okay, I have to re-examine everything with Edgeworth to get, hopefully get Gumshoe's remarks on things, too. So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. Pretty reckless if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck. Oh, okay, yeah, that was definitely... They were definitely making that reference. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. Looks like a pretty good distance to that far cliff. Yeah, it's gotta be around 100 yards or so. Detective, that's not even close to 100 yards. Well, I gotta admit I'm not very good at judging distances. It's about 20 yards or so, and impossible to cross without a bridge, it seems. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore. That's true. Since we got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure. Why not? Oh, darn it. I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir. What's so special about public phones and why is he so fascinated by them? Some letters are wildly engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Twitch thinks I'm new to this channel, just reminded me this is a mature stream. It does that every time I open it from, like, a new browser session. Okay. Dusky Bridge. It certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Ah, you're right. It is Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. Oh, fuck. That sucks, Liv. I like how they mirrored the same joke back with Gumshoe and Edgeworth that they did with Phoenix and Maya. It was good. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Ooh. Bikini lady here on this freezing cold mountain. Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness, myself. So, this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was it leap? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. We can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But somebody was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no. Her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's going to be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost- sorry, that was the wrong voice. We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of a man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. I mean, he hasn't really won a case yet. I mean, against Phoenix, right. Maybe he's probably won cases otherwise, but, I mean... if he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into this Godot myself. You're telling me that the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Other data added to the court record. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony. Somebody actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry. I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Huh? What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill. Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? That's me such a tough question. Okay. Okay. I should read that though. Yeah, here we go. 7 to 10:50, 10 to 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire and starting to go out. I used to use a trackball at my first job. It was weird. It was the first time I had used one. It's interesting. Okay, I actually need more water, so I will be right back. Okay, hello, I am back. I wish I could have put that scene on pause with Gumshoe's dancing eyebrows, but instead he was just all sad, so I'm sorry about that. Okay. Let's go to the main gate. Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec. Hold it! Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet? I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence.
Went for mute. Now I'm craving sherbet.
Yeah, me too, actually. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people, or something like that. That was a long time ago. But see, now you've got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you gotta do it. You gotta save my little Iris. Ugh, this is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Hey, I know I may not look like it, but I'm an artist. I refuse to look at anything that doesn't have a radiant or beautiful motif. He didn't even give it a glance. Okay. Same thing. How about this photo that you took? I still can't believe it. She was such a great person. But someone's pinning this murder on my sweet little Iris? Edgy, please. I'm counting on you. Well, frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that. Well then. Got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How about that? Since you're kind enough to offer. Alright. Very good. Okay. I should examine this. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. An artist, I think the paintbrush palette and paint-stained sweater were a huge clue. A little bit. Hold on, is Gumshoe our, like, magical girl assistant? In this case, I'm pretty sure he is. That's really great. Okay. Say, this guy just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich. Gumshoe smirk. Very good. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Yeah. Very good. This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir. I have always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. I can see a small bell tower from here. Hey, that just reminded me. There's something I've always wondered about. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or truer, for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. I'm sure you're a moron. He's playing the role of magical girl assistant. That must be the main hall back there. A brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? Brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir. according to Wright, the head nun has some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. Okay, I believe that is everything here. The dancing eyebrows, yes! Thank you, Wintermute! Okay. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? Okay. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should have never come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. Too cute to be a murderer. You can't force things too much, you know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, no, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. Too cute to be a murderer. And I hope your plane crashes and you die. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Drink. As I suspected, psycholocks. They're not called psycholocks. I love this gag. I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Okay. I probably don't have enough stuff to... It's supposed to be the Psyche Locks! Edgeworth! Move. Main hall? Main hall. Hey, hello there. So, how are you feeling? Oh, right, I suppose. I don't remember what voice I was doing for her. All right, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please, don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. Now what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Whoa! Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. Ugh. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's this latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Do some examining, there's a lot of stuff in here. That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Megatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Is that like a fucking... Okay, souls. Huh? This is the lesser? What is the greater one like? The greater Megatama is displayed in the main room of the Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Karain exhibit. But it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. That was 2 different callbacks to 2 different games. That was very good. It's an altar with a giant Megatama enshrined on it. There are lots of candles lined up on it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Stop that. Cut that out. Please don't blow out the altar candles. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I bet you'd have awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? Alright. Headcanon update, the PC in Dark Souls has a Megatama has a wallet for souls. Yeah, so I was trying to make a Dark Souls reference when that line got said, but I was like, I couldn't think of a good one. That's very good. Thank you, Wintermute. Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? Oh, it's a warmed cat box, but where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi, for heating the room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. Those are a type of zabuton cushions called Enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. Have I looked at everything else before I look at this suspiciously placed note? There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that out for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Ah! What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue. A super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Oh, poor Gumshoe. Can I just check that? Oh, yeah. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ugh. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11? No! I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. Oh, you have an idea for my crime bucks? Oh yeah, I forgot Gafafawis gave me a bunch of ideas the other day that I forgot to look into. I copied and pasted it into a document, so I remember to look at it. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. Copy and paste to remember. Yes, well I have to go and look at it. I just haven't had a chance to go back and, like, figure out which ones I wanted to use. That was yesterday, right? That was during after party? Or was that Friday? Okay. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it is your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Those are some good ideas. I'm gonna copy and paste your message, too, into the same document that I haven't totally read yet. Paste. Okay. Highlighted messages. So, I actually turned off the highlighted messages for Crime Bucks because I don't read the chat from the Twitch client. I read it from IRC, and so I cannot see the highlighted messages. I mean, I guess it could be for other people too, right? So it's highlighted for I can turn it on. I just had it off because I was like, I don't know if people are actually gonna use this. And also because I won't highlight it for me. Okay. As the head nun, it is your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that is correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Oh, thanks for the lurk, Liv. Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone. Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So this head nun actually... Did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. Like an anime? You think Bikini has battery-powered candles? I don't think so. I kind of doubt that they have battery-powered candles there. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me that she's still doing that over at Inner Temple, do you? No, no, no. Of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with the dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. Okay. Oh, how could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame yourself. Quiet. What do you know anyway? Ouch, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old cloak of yours. It's too bad you weren't the one that disappeared. Whoa, excuse me. Why does she have to take it all out on me? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 p.m. bell for lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then? Of course she did. Iris had always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. But that doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple. As they say, the plot thickens.
Oh, bye, Sync! Thanks for stopping by! Have a good night.
Oh, this poor girl. Where could she have gone? Well, we checked out her home and she's not there. And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be. Do you think that maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream? Why do you have to be such a pessimist, detective? I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ironic. I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. She's a very important visitor, you know, an honored acolyte. Honored? How so? The Fey name is synonymous with the Crane channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, There was a case that was about the master of the Korean channeling technique. Detective. I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now that you'll say she has midichlorians. Oh, ho, ho. So it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? That's got nothing to do with it. Ew, Star Wars. Yeah, ew, Star Wars. That was great. Okay, let's see. This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? The midichlorians don't exist for me. Bye! Bye, Sync! For real. Have a good night. I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy at any rate. Huh? Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it just wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun, after all. But, in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray that it was a pose that maintained your modesty, for everyone's sake. This man. His face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Sure? But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh? It sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me. Hey, don't stare at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy, this is a scene. Ooh. Okay. My throat is like super fucking dry. It's gonna be the second. I'm almost done with my second glass of water. Jeez. This is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. It looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out of the like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Okay. Look, there's ketchup on the sword. Yep, definitely ketchup. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How'd you know? Poor Gumshoe. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. It belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Donim. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes. What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Alright. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it. This is what you wanted to tell me? That's it. The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. Okay. I'm gonna save this part for last. Are those Sleepy Peaches emotes? They're super cute. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. They are? Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, she's super nice. I think I've rated her a few times. I think Tritonium was the one who told me about her originally. That was a few months ago. But yeah, she's super nice. Hey, Ignorant Spoon. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know. Messes up my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Came back from the show and you got a gift sub. Nice. Is the world starting to go mad? Nice. Yeah, I got a gift sub from her a few months back, I think, which was awesome. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective. Perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Okay. She's still playing Sword and Shield. Oh no, she's playing Shield, and everyone was trying to bait me into saying fuck Shields when I was over there, and I didn't want to be rude. God. The main hall of Hazakura Temple is above us here.
Hashtag fuck Shields.
We can say fuck Shields all we want here, but depending on what channel we go to, I don't want to be rude. Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hazakura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier to just build the place slanted, sir? I failed to see how we can consider that to be even a remotely good idea. Of course, gotta have that garlic salt. Damn it, I'm upset that Maya's not here to make a stepladder joke. Maybe someone else will make it. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is. It's called a Shishishito. Shichichito. By the way, nasty piece of work, sir.
Seed of power. I bought a purple seat cushion and my butt is in love.
Nice. Thanks. Seed of power for the update about your butt. Memes can be tricky. You can't just throw fapples wherever you want. Fuck off. Fucking fapples. Yeah, exactly. No more fucking fapples.
Kid Boo 002. Hashtag
Nah.
love shields.
There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood. Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shishichito, so, too.
Wintermute. TTS
Fingerprints.
skipped my ladder joke.
Did it? The ladder, step ladder. There's a running gag about whether something's a ladder or a step ladder in this game. It, like, every time there's either a ladder or whatever. And the joke is about which is which. Yeah, it's good. Fingerprints. Naturally, they match the prints you got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon. Oh, what's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figured it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Shit-Shito. Added to the court record. Okay, is that everything? We didn't actually talk here, did we? Oh, here. Shito. Blah, blah, blah. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Donim. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe that in this day and age you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death for the victim was between 10 and 11 on February 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by a murder weapon. What's that a quote from? It's probably Dark Souls, right? The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. And that's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered in bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a two-story building. A two-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? That's a good quote. Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Elise Donim was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Lightning was 10 to 11, okay. Hold on. Okay. Now then, detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed towards the inner temple. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. Although she claims she did not. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. How many tries do you think it took Gumshoe to become a detective? Stop picking on Gumshoe! After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. Trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him. Thank you, Intermute. Dancing eyebrows! Nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in a court I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why. But I'm not the one you have to worry about. Dancing eyebrows time. Okay. Okay, that's enough dancing eyebrows. For now, at least. I think the real problem is gonna be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. Oh no, is it gonna be Canadian judge? Yep, it's gonna be Canadian judge. They need to sync up the eyebrows with the music, right? We've only met each other once. There is a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. What is the inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they used for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge. Bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Had to do the explosion, but also had to get the total to include a 69. Nice. Nice. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like the little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Did I already present this? Huh? What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license. Yeah, no, I already did read this. Never mind. Okay. Do I have everything I need here? Whenever something happens, this guy always shows up like he hasn't got a care. In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wonder the same thing. Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents. I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet. You could say the exact same thing about him. Your face is more drawn out than the last time I saw you over a year ago. Really? I thought so. No, wait. It's not so much drawn out as weary and tired, or maybe just plain old thin. I thought that so too, sir. My salary's been kinda on the low end. But yeah, my food options have been kinda non-existent. Off-brand chicken soup, off-brand spaghetti, off-brand bread, that sort of stuff. I thought you were really into instant noodles last year. I got really sick of the stuff after a while, sir. he's supposed to be Miss Elise Donim's apprentice or something. I see. Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me. That's nice. But he made me pay him 50 cents for it. I'm sorry about that. You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth. I really don't want to talk about him, that's why. There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really. That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author? I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know? She probably never expected to get so popular. Might as well just ask about everyone. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she? Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing. I see. I just can't shake this nagging feeling. Well, everyone knows that you're quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger. Detective, where did you hear such nonsense from? I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir. Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses? Good dialogue. I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates when they're still in school. But I've never seen or heard of this person. I gotta admit, he's puzzling alright. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand. He sounds like an interesting man. Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately. This is the witness who saw the crime take place out there on the temple courtyard. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be your testimony that'll be the key to this case, sir. So you mean she's going to be a witness in the trial tomorrow? Of course. A nun is as trustworthy as you can get. We got the one in the bag. We got this one in the bag. Oh. I mean, I've always been on your side, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. So yeah, this is a pretty tight spot we've gotten ourselves into, huh? Now I understand why Wright is always breaking into a cold sweat. I wonder if Maya is alright. I could never show my face to Wright again if something were to happen to her. It'll be okay. If that ever happens, you can just show him my face. How's that? Oh, I didn't mean it like that, sir. It was just a silly little joke. I wonder if there's another way to get across to the other side. The support wires for the bridge are still intact, correct? That bridge is almost 20 yards long. I know I may look it, Mr. Edgeworth, but I'm no superhero. In any case, I just hope Maya's alright. What about Pearl? Has no one seen her at all since last night? Seems that way. Apparently, she hasn't gone back to Green Village either, sir. But it is true that she was with Elise Donim at some point last night? No doubt about it. Yeah. You mean that maybe whoever killed Miss Donim also... don't jump to any crazy conclusions. Ooh. You sure have one mean punch, Mr. Edgeworth. It's downright fierce. Okay. Good lore that I would not have gotten if I hadn't thought to present those pictures to him. So I'm glad I did that. Okay. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now with I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Suspension bridge? Is suspension bridge to detention center? Throw gumshoe across the bridge. Oh no. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes. Thank you.
I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said that she saw you stab Miss Elise Donim with a sword. And, one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says that she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night.
Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, that was an Edgeworth take that. That was weird. He has a British accent that I'm not doing. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've never seen it happen I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? Yeah, probably this, right? Take that. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris?
Why are you glaring at me like that?
You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But Mr. Edgeworth...
Yes?
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. Phoenix Wright! Take that. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his.
Unlock successful. Okay.
After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
A small shack? Huh?
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near.
Where is it on this map?
It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is the secret that you kept locked away in your heart.
Yes.
It looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But, when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
But it's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am.
We're gonna leave it at that? What? Okay.
Mr. Wright, how bad is his cold?
Well, his fever is very high. As a result, he's rather confused. He's worried about Maya, who is still trapped in the inner temple. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems.
Really?
Yes, naturally. Once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him.
No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to defend me. You want to know about me? There's not much to tell, I'm afraid.
Just let me get one thing straight. You were raised at Hazakura Temple, correct? And yet, somehow, you seem to know Wright. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere.
No, Mr. Edgeworth. Whomever it was, it couldn't have been me.
What is that supposed to mean? Okay. Going to Heavenly Hall? Okay. Whoa. Not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is gonna be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet, then he'll get me locked up for sure. Or that'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that. Someone looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself.
Shh. Be quiet and listen.
I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Well, he has a bunch of flags. Hey, you. About what you just said, I got an objection. What the? Edgy, you dirty rat. Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection! And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Okay. Time to inspect everything. The bridge. It's a little far, but I have a pretty clear view of Dusky Bridge from here. I still can't believe it. Really? What is it, Larry? Huh? Well, nothing. It's nothing. Sounds pretty suspicious to me. Something about that statement smells, and you know what they say. When something smells, it's usually the butts. This is Eagle River, sir. It runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over, even in the winter. If it had iced over, Wright would have been in some serious trouble. You're right about that. He would have landed on the ice and slid downstream to who knows where. Not exactly what I meant, but alright. Okay. You're right. Yeah, exactly. They like to do the right puns all the time. That's a horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal. You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris. Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is? It's how the artist himself defines it, right? I should have seen that one coming. Well, if that's the case, then all of my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. I don't know, that art looks pretty cute. The straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow. Wow, it makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look. Heavenly Hall, I suppose is an appropriate name in some sense. You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven, because that thing is in hell. Or that thing is hell. You would do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people. What is this festive-looking ornament? It reminds me of an art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember? But, well, Oh yeah, you were never any good at it. Really? Yeah, this guy was so bad, he couldn't even fold a dollar, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing. Really? I never would have expected that. Be quiet already, I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect quarter-inch crane without a single flaw. You know, Edgy? Nothing for nothing, but a quarter-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy. Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth. It's Japanifornia. Yes, it is, it is. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Okay. Who's that? Oh, yeah. These go all the way to Dusky Bridge. It's a pretty long but easy walk. Oh, they have dollars. Yep. Japanifornia. I fell down four times on my way down here, sir. Oh, sorry about that, detective. I ate 4 bananas and tossed their peels onto the stairs my way down here. What? So that's what I was slipping on? Be careful on the way back. Those deadly banana peels are still out there. That's a real important piece of information right there, Mr. Edgeworth. What is this little shack, anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. Why were you down here in the first place? Come on. I mean, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here. He found it yesterday and already has murals of himself and Iris. Yup. And he has his fucking flags that he hung up. Which... I never realized this before this, like, specific frame, but, like... He has those fucking flags up in every fucking, like, thing he's been in. Like his hot dog stand. I'm pretty sure there was something from the second game. Or so was he in the second game? I don't know. Okay. So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Oh, why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth. Anyway, I'd made up my mind about it. I'm gonna go marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want to marry this man. Wait, I really wanted this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked, indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're gonna have to drag him out into the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay. Chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible? Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Okay, let's do a Psyche Lock presentation. Yeah, the blue is too light. Alright. Now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I was telling the truth. There's still 3 Psycho Locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, the there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike. Or seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. Hazakura Temple map. This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from there. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? It looks like it won't be all that easy after all. You leave me with no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you? Yeah, you don't know that I wasn't in my room? So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then. Let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge was from here. You mean the place that has a really good view of Dusky Bridge? The place you saw the lightning strike from was, naturally, Heavenly Hall. What? Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. His brain is the remnants of jelly. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me. What were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. A fair decor? Core? Okay. There we go. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Matter of the heart. Wait, misguided baka. Oh no. You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before. Don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. Something smells! It's usually the butts. That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what's at the top of this letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. Ah! I'm so sorry! Thanks, Che. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what. You tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burns My love for her burns so hotly it could melt all the snow off this mountain. Oh? Then what is the secret you mention? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair? Alright. Then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's what all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy just said a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry. What? You're looking at me with like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're gonna tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But, now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Motherfucker. No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? Flippin' flips! I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. To be continued. Okay, save your progress. Flippin' flips.